What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We got a lot of new pickups. We got some really light, budget-friendly slabs that we're going to talk about. My mom got me this really cool display. She was like Goodwill shopping, and it's some other weird brand. We talked about this in the stream last night, but I doctored it up with some awesome Pokemon stickers. And yeah, everything that I picked up yesterday for $400, that entire haul is right here. So we're going to talk about that shortly. And this will be something that I can use in the future to kind of organize the stuff I'm going to talk about, as well as purchases. And then also, just an update, nothing crazy. I did get another briefcase. I now have a briefcase for my vintage grails. I have a briefcase for Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon. And I have a briefcase for my graded Scarlet Violet era. This is kind of my answer to, space and storage and collecting in an organized way where I don't have to do master sets with binders anymore. You guys know I sold off all of my binders. I only have my Evolving Skies binder, and I have two 151 binders. That's it. And I just really like those sets, so I have those binders still. And then I have all my vintage binders still, which I don't even know why I started that. That was such a crazy goal. But one day I'll probably use those to organize more of the vintage stuff I collect, like one of the cards I picked up in this lot. But anyways, I did get another briefcase, so I'm happy with that. If you guys are wondering what briefcases I use Casematics. This is not sponsored by them. This is their new briefcase, though. It locks a little bit nicer than the other briefcases did. But anyways, yeah, we'll put that down. We're wasting time. Okay, starting off, I picked up some slabs. I told you guys that I was buying PSA 10 illustrations, and I know I haven't really made a follow-up video kind of explaining what illustrations I bought and why. But it's pretty simple, right? These are the cheapest illustrations that you could get on the market, and I picked them up for steals. So, starting out, we have the Magby from... is this Paradox Rift? Yeah, Magby from Paradox Rift. Looks absolutely stunning in a red guard. Just this card looks awesome. I picked this little guy up for 80 bucks. I felt really, really good about that. Some of these you could definitely find for way cheap and grade yourself, but as we talked a lot in the stream last night and in the Discord, grading is not a cakewalk, right? Unless you're paying more to have things expedited or value plus, which we found if you are grading, value plus kind of gets your foot in the door faster. But it can be very time consuming. And some of these cards, I just want my collection. I am a collector first, beyond being a seller, beyond wanting to grade a lot of the cards that I'm grading now. I want to collect them, and I want to collect them before they become too expensive. And on the flip side of this is some of these are so cheap. If I do grade another and it grades a 10, I can always sell that 10. But I'd rather lock in some of these cards because right now, vintage is soaring. And vintage, in my opinion, is even calming down a little bit. I think vintage is finally maybe going to come back down to earth. But for the time being, modern is still the hottest thing to buy. It's the most budget-friendly thing to buy. So next up, we got this Pidgeotto at $70. Dude, this was an absolute steal. I think it's $70. I think this card is beautiful. It looks really good in a graded guard. That came from Obsidian Flames. And right behind that, you can guess, I got the Pidgeot EX, also from Obsidian Flames. This card is absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. The blue really, really stands out. And I just don't understand how this card is still basically a $90, $100 card. Like, I'm pretty sure I got this for $70 too, like 70, 73, something like that. So it's not even really an $100 card. It's actually the cheapest. This was the cheapest of all of these, except for my Pidgey, which I graded myself, which was the missing puzzle piece that I needed to complete the trio. Now we have the trio, and it looks so good. These three look so awesome when they're together. That's something that I love about the Scarlet Violet era is that there's so many of these evolution lines, and they look really, really cool. Particularly the 151 evolution lines. I just got Charmander in. I've got the Zard. I also got, I need the Charmeleon still. I ordered the Bulbasaur. I graded the Ivysaur and the Venusaur 10s, so the Bulbasaur is the last one I need for that. And then for the Blastoise, I've got 5 or 6 or 7 Blastoise EX SIRs and 10s. But I never got a Wartortle in a 10, and I couldn't get the Squirtles to 10. So I need to pick those up too. And then last but not least, from Surging Sparks, I love this card. I love this Pokemon. I love Donphin. I love Phanpy. I don't know what it is about these Elephant S-type Pokemon. I'm probably going to come around to Q-Font too. I think Q-Font is pretty dope. That illustration is gorgeous as well, where he's kind of washing himself off in the safari. But this is just such a happy, beautiful card, especially with that orange graded guard. Wow, that is just absolutely stunning. This artwork is just incredible, guys. And for a whopping $80, you can have this too in a PSA 10. Maybe even less than that. It's probably more like, in my opinion, a $50, $60 card, even in a PSA 10. But one thing that I've been checking, and you can use this too, you know, the tools on eBay, it's become very, very handy. This generation of collectors has something that we didn't, and that is an instant access to the pop reports on eBay. That wasn't a thing, guys. If you're new to collecting, you're getting to enjoy features that we didn't have on eBay. And that really allows me to make better informed decisions by saying, hey, every 1 in 3 of these cards that get graded gets a 10. And it kind of tells me, okay, I can buy a couple cheap copies, send them off for grading. Let's say I send 3 copies for grading. It's $19 a card. You're basically $60 all in sending those cards out. If you get 2 9s and a 10 back, you're basically spending the same amount of money, and then you've got 2 other 9s that you need to get rid of. But in that time, you've also waited several months to get that card back. And you maybe could have done something else in that time rather than focusing on grading several copies. So some cards that are like cheaper like this, I definitely like weigh in like how many of these am I gonna have to grade to probably get a 10. And then in my area, it's kind of hard to find near mint singles. And when I do, I pretty much grade them. Even if they're more likely gonna hit a PSA 9 over a PSA 10, I'm still gonna send them in to get graded because that's what we have around here that I can get on a budget. I've been going to this shop for years now, and during the latest boom, they were not hooking it up at all. They weren't doing deals at all. I'm not going to say their name for better or for worse, but they weren't hooking it up. And then recently, they started hooking it up again. I guess sales started trending down. People stopped buying stuff as much. They were getting burnt out on the hobby, and they're finding out how difficult it is to pull these chase cards and how much money they're about to gamble away. Anyways, that's my little theory. That's my little speculation. I don't understand why all of a sudden I'm getting the same deals I was getting before. But for a while there, I was about to say, guys, like you can't even shop for cards right now because everybody's wanting market or 10% more than market. It was crazy there for a while. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this meaty, awesome pickup haul for $400, guys. I'm really excited for this. Now, right off the rip, this Giratina is a cheap Giratina, so don't judge this. This is the first stack. This is our dollar bin stack. We also have another section up here that's like cheaper cards that were in the dollar bin. Some of those weren't, but all of these were, and except for the Giratina, which I threw in just to sell all of these cards. We're doing an auction starting at 1 penny. But anyways, this Giratina, and I've been very transparent in the auction, this Giratina has the tiny, tiny hairline crease right here. But other than that, very clean Giratina V-Star. But Giratina V-Star, Whimsicott GX, picked up in the dollar binder. And guys, I got 50% market. So this Whimsicott cost me literally 50 cents. Ortega from Obsidian Flames, again, dollar binder, 50%, paid 50 cents for that. Heliolisk. This one's honestly, I should have just put this in my grading pile. I threw this in with the lot to kind of, you know, balance things out. So there's some really nice minty gradable stuff. So this is in the auction lot as well. The Heliolisk from Twilight Masquerade. We got the Malamar from Silver Tempest. This is also mint, very grade worthy. Again, just wasn't a card that I really wanted to throw in the grading pile. But also, sometimes I do pass down deals to the next person. Hopefully someone wins this auction and gets a great deal on it. I just need like 40, 50 bucks and I'm solid. And I think this auction's going to go well over 40, 50 bucks. Ampibomb, this is a Diamond Pearl promo. Got this Ampibomb right here. It has that vintage look to it though. 2007, looks awesome. Magnezone, Diamond Pearl, Black Star promo 32. So we got some vintage in there. We got some modern in there. This is just a Toxel. Again, it was in the dollar binder. I just thought it looked really, really nice. This is a cheapo blister promo. We got Atticus Full Art from Prismatic Evolutions. Again, anything from Prismatic, $1, 50 cents for me. Stupid good. Snivy. This Snivy was hiding in the dollar binder. This is the first Black Star promo we get for black and white, I think. Yes, Snivy is the starter, the grass starter type, and this is the first promo that we get in black and white. I love this Snivy. I think it looks really cool. It does have a corner that's a little bit jammed up, so I think I let that one go. These ones are just Japanese cards. Japanese cards we're throwing in there. Then we got Larvitar and Noctowl. These were in the dollar binder, guys. What the heck? These are both absolutely gorgeous cards. I wanted to grade both of these, but they both had a little bit of whitening on the back. The Noctowl really was super clean, but slightly off center. Probably going to regret not grading the Noctowl. But again, we wanted this lot to be a fun lot with lots of good stuff, and hopefully someone gets a wicked good deal on it. That's kind of me doing my part for the week. And I want to do more weekly auctions. I'm just not quite there yet with buying, heavily into the hobby right now. Right now, we're saving for a home. So this was a really special pickup for me because it's been a while since I could get a really good deal. Also, before I go any further, and I'll say this at the end too, guys, I know no one cares about this stuff right now. I know everybody is content farming Destined Rivals right now. Destined Rivals is going to be the next hottest set we're going to have on Friday, but people are already talking about Black Bolt White Flare, so I just feel like already people are going to forget Destined Rivals, although that doesn't change for me the fact that I will be getting a couple booster boxes. The shop that I've shopped with for years is going to hook it up. I'm going to get a couple booster boxes. I'm hoping I can go again on release day, because I'm actually going to get these before release day, but I will not be opening them. These are strictly going to be for my sealed collection, for my investment portfolio. No, I'm just kidding. If I can get any sealed product this year for MSRP, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's no reason for me not to do it. I've seen what Pokemon can do in the past. I just feel like there's a major opportunity cost with sealed investing, and I feel like I spent $400, I got all these cards. That gets me like 2 booster boxes of DR, right? Like, so this makes way more sense than buying into sealed product, and I will have this debate till the end of time. Sealed product is a great, stable thing to buy into, but at the end of the day, you lose so much opportunity buying into that. Meanwhile, when you could just be flipping cards and making money very quickly and grading stuff for your personal collection and making your collection more sustainable. I'm not saying that I make my collecting free. I hate when people do that. They're like, well, I basically collected all this stuff for free because I've been doing this and that and the other. This hobby is so much gamble and so much loss. I feel like that it's hard to say that all of my stuff is free no matter how much I've made in the hobby. I'm always buying new stuff. I'm always doing new shit. So it's I feel like I just like to call it sustainable collecting. And I don't like to necessarily say that me selling all of this pays for everything, because that's just not true. I could sell most of my collection and it wouldn't pay for everything, because I like to do all kinds of things. I like to buy singles. I like to buy sealed product. I like to buy stuff to grade, and that doesn't always go as planned. I like to rip product, which it's been a while because product's been hard to find. But for the most part, you guys know I'm just as degenerate in that fashion where I'm probably never going to cover my losses in terms of all the money I've spent opening product on this channel. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep moving. I just want to let you guys know, I hope you guys have the most success on the Destined Rivals release. But don't sweat it. It's another release. I do think that there's going to be more opportunity to buy these sets in the coming months. I do think that people are going to have a lot that they're sitting on, and they're not going to want to sit on it as long as they need to. I think a lot of new people come into this hobby don't realize that you really have to have patience and discipline sitting on all the sealed product until it actually pans out. And 9 times out of 10 for me, if I could go back, I would have rather used that money for something else than buying into sealed product. Anyways, that was my rant. let's talk about a couple of these other cards. These were not, I'm going to pick out the ones that were not in the dollar bin just to talk about these real quick. And then the others should be good. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, so picked up these three. These three guys right here, got really good deals on them. Again, we're 400 in on this whole lot. We got the Lugia GX. Looks really, really nice. I'll shift these over here. We got this awesome, I'm a huge Rayquaza fan, and Megas are going to be big, so I think these are going to move rather quick. But this is the M Rayquaza EX. Again, these are super, super clean, by the way. It's been really hard to find, like, near mint stuff, but I lucked out yesterday. I lucked out yesterday big time. And then last but not least, we have these Celebrations M Rayquaza. Dude, this thing looks killer. This card looks absolutely stunning and killer. And a lot of these I do have on eBay, but I kind of honestly plan to just grade them if no one buys them. And I'm kind of happy with that because I like all of these cards. This was a haul that I like genuinely enjoyed all of it. Okay, so starting up next, we got our dollar binder finds. This was one of my favorite ones. I really want to grade that one. Starting out, we got the Palkia. We got the Palkia with the platinum stamp. This is a Burger King promo. I really thought this card was special. It looked vintage to me, but the reality is it's just not worth that much. It's worth a lot more than $1, but it's still not worth all that much. This one is very, very minty, though, I will say. I'm trying to get it to focus in on it. It's a very minty copy. So yeah, we got that one out of the dollar binder. We got the Umbreon Pokeball, which is definitely, in my opinion, always worth more than $1. This was in the dollar binder. Dude, the texture on this is absolutely gnarly. This card looks awesome. I really would like, this is one of my favorite arts and prismatic evolutions. Don't at me. I just really like Umbreon. I think this Umbreon looks sick. And I would really like the Master Ball reverse. I would buy that card in a heartbeat if I saw one that was gradable. But yeah, just for like $1, like, dude. And I did not even pay $1 because I got a huge discount off of them. Starmie. We got Starmie right here. And also, a lot of this stuff does sit. So the reality is, it's not like I'm making money hand over fist like the next day. I get lucky sometimes. Some stuff moves quickly. And other times, I got to sit on stuff. And I'm fine with that because I love the stuff that I'm collecting. We got Starmie right here. This baby shiny Starmie. Dude, Starmie is sick. Staryu is sick. I had a baby shiny Staryu from Paldean Fates, and it sold very quick. So I'm confident that for $1 for that Starmie was a good move. Now, I didn't know what XY Evolutions Hollows were doing. I just figured, like, dude, this looks just like the OG Hollow, and it looks so good, and it's in such good condition. It's in mint condition for sure. I'll show you guys the back real quick. I didn't realize those were so freaking cheap, but still, for $1, totally worth it. Now, this one was a huge win, and I have another win up there that I'm grading, but we have a reverse stamped Power Keepers Glalie that I'm trying to show that hollow on there. It's kind of tough to get that to show, but dude, this card is absolutely beautiful. Again, for $1, this is a really, really good pickup. Just trying to get that to focus in. I like Glalie. I don't know about you. I think Glalie is pretty much a badass, ice Pokemon. But yeah, $1. This Lugia from Team Up. This reverse looks stunning. The art looks stunning. I tried to look into these. There's like no information on this one. There's like other grading companies, but there's literally not even a PSA 9 or PSA 10 of this that I could look at for price-wise to get an idea of what it's worth. So I think I might actually send this in to get grading because a lot of times these reverses come back swinging in the later years because people realize how rare they were and how few of them actually got graded. And this is such a good set. It's such a good artwork with Lugia, shooting up, blasting, what is that? Blasting wind into the distance. Like, this is a sick Lugia card. So yeah, for $1, that was a win. And then I have one more $1 pickup in here. Yes, the Clefairy from Unseen Forces was $1. This is my favorite pickup I had yesterday. It has a print line going through the middle of the card, so the hollow like gets cut in half. It's really sick looking. It almost looks like it has two-tone hollow. it looks really good. It's actually showing a lot better in today's video than the stream last night. But yeah, it looks insanely good. It's also mint condition, so I was going to just put this in my vintage binder, but I'm going to grade it because I do like Clefairy. I think the pink is dope, and I think this card in general is dope. Okay, then we're getting to the meat. We're getting to the actual, like, the real meat of this haul. We'll pull these forward. Actually, I'll save the best for last. I'll save the best for last. That's what we'll do. All right, so we got this super sick Palkia from 2018, this Palkia GX Rainbow. Dude, this thing is absolutely gnarly. Do y'all see all that texture on this guy? Absolutely gnarly. Oh my goodness. This card is absolutely sick. I can't wait to get this graded. It's mint. Again, finding stuff like this in the wild is such a blessing because you know that it's going to grade. You don't really have to question whether it's going to grade. Next up, Zapdos EX. I have graded like 4 or 5 of these, and they have all gotten 10s. The Zapdos EX has been very good to me if I can get it to focus in on it. Zapdos EX has been very good to me. It's still focusing. See, that's so annoying. It's still focusing in on the Clefairy that it saw before. It's still trying to. Anyways, yes, you guys can see the Zapdos. I don't know why it's not zooming in on it, but we're not going to worry about it. The Zapdos EX is a gorgeous card. I've had really good luck tending these before. Moving on, though, because I cannot get the camera to focus on that. I've had really good luck grading Zapdos EX. I don't see why this one would be any different. Beedrill V. I've had bad luck grading Beedrill V. This one is slightly off-center. I guess I'll just be single-handedly... Dude, it is still focusing on this damn Clefairy. Like, Clefairy, get out of the spotlight. Stealing all my spotlight. I will say this one is off-center, but I don't know why it's so tough for me to grade these. I'll be single-handedly raising the pop reports for all these cards because I'm so stubborn and I keep grading cards that I keep not getting 10s on. Vibrava, and I did buy the Beedrill. I actually didn't even share that, but I bought 2 other cards that were fairly big. I bought the Beedrill V and I bought something else, but I can't remember what the other card I bought recently. But again, I've been telling you guys, I've been buying illustrations and I've been buying alt arts that are cheap. Yeah, I wish I could remember what the other one I bought was. But only light pickups, nothing really expensive, because we're house hunting, and I just really should not be spending a lot of money on cards. Even this was a stretch, but we already sold a chunk of it. Vibrava from Surging Sparks, we got that illustration. It looks phenomenal. Has some silvering at the top. I don't know how that's going to do, but we got this Dusknoir, which is off-center, but flawless on the back. Really hoping this one from Brilliant Stars can manage a 10. This is a sick card, but again, centering could be an issue. PSA is cracking down on that. Gloom, same thing with this Gloom. The centering could be better, but it was packed fresh. Someone in the store pulled this themselves. And this Gloom was actually in the dollar binder as well, which is insane, guys. How did it switch up that quick? How did we just totally stop caring about illustrations? Okay, let's get this stack out. The final stack, guys, and then I can let you guys go. The final stack. I don't know, dude, my camera is like, it wants to focus on that Clefairy. All right, Reshiram from Black and White. I think I messed up, guys. I got this. It's near mint. It could be PSA 9 or 10. My buddies in the Discord don't think it's going to 10 because it's got some white dots. But in my opinion, the quality control wasn't the best in this era. So I think this card still has a chance at a 10. I put this up, and within like 30 seconds, it felt like 30 seconds, maybe a couple minutes, but it sold so fast for 150. And I'm still not sure if I made a good decision putting it up for that amount. I think in a 9, they're like 280, 250. So I feel like that was a slam dunk for this Reshiram. For whoever got this, this was genuinely a really, really good deal that I passed down to someone, I think. Next up, we got the Zapdos V Alt Art. This guy is actually trending higher than I thought. I want to grade it. I really want to grade it. It's mint on the back. but it is off center. This one is listed on eBay, so have at it, guys. This Charizard EX, I really want to grade, but it is listed on eBay as well. I pulled one myself with very similar centering, and it got a 9, so I'm kind of butthurt about that. Maybe I should crack my 9 and send both of them in together and see if I can bamboozle my way into a 10. Shining Arceus. I sold a Shining Lugia recently. I know these Shining Pokemon from Shining Legends move. They move very quickly, and this one's in impeccable condition. It is minty. So yeah, that one's going to go quick. This Jirachi was a huge win. These are really, really hard to find in this kind of condition. Guys, I feel like I've got the eagle eye at this point. My eyesight's actually terrible, but in terms of picking out clean cards for the eBay, I think people are going to be really, really excited for what I'm bringing to the community. And yeah, this is an awesome condition card, and you know, that Jirachi's, I mean, the colors of this are absolutely stunning. You put like a teal graded guard on this and it's like PSA 9, dude, this would be sick. Again, it will be, all these cards I'm liable to grade. I'm just trying to be responsible and see if they will sell first, and if they don't, I will be grading. This Arceus X, I think I plan on grading him as well. Again, it is listed super, super clean. These go for a pretty penny graded. I think the sticker price for this was like 20-ish bucks, something like that. I could not believe that. This Arceus X was like $10. And granted, it's more, unlike that one, it's more like PSA 6 or PSA 7 quality. I'm trying to get the holo to pop off, but it just doesn't want to work with me. You guys know I've been getting really into level X's, so if I see level X's anywhere, I'm buying them. This Persian GX, this Persian GX is actually really, really minty. I found this as well in the dollar binder. Absolutely insane find. Look at this. It's freaking mint condition. It's mint condition. So this is most likely going to get a PSA 10. If it 10s, it pretty much doubles, triples the value of what I value it at raw. So raw, I value it at like $20 to $30. But the fact that it most likely is going to 10, I do place a premium on that. So someone can either buy that or I will grade it myself. And then we got this Lugia GX. Same deal here. Super, super dumb clean Lugia GX. Very, very minty. I feel so great about all these cards. If anybody buys any of these cards, I'm going to feel really, really confident that they're going to be really stoked with the quality of the cards and what they're, you know, what they paid for, getting what they paid for. So I feel really good about that. If those don't sell, I will be grading them myself. It's a lot of fun to grade, but it's also very time consuming. It takes a long time. You have to have patience. So might have to try out sending some stuff value plus, because it seems that if you do value plus, you get your foot in the door sooner. All right, we get these over here. But yeah, without further ado, I am now going to need to get this guy shipped out. This guy sold very quick. So we'll get this Reshiram shipped out. I appreciate you if you're out there watching this. If you bought this Reshiram, you're going to be so happy with this Reshiram. I honestly am already having doubts and regrets from letting go of this Reshiram. But anyways, all that being said, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing Destined Rivals release. I hope you guys can find some product out there. I know it's probably going to be crazy, but for some reason, I feel like it's going to be kind of mellow. I feel like it's going to be kind of chill, but we'll see. The scalpers are probably out and about already looking for this stuff to drop early. But anyways, peace. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And thank you, everybody who came out to the stream. That was an awesome stream last night. Peace.